Nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed. Jim, why don't you make your
For the record,
comments?
no action was taken in the executive session.
Okay, so now we'll discuss budget, including a couple HR-related things that we were discussing, but let's go through it. I'd say, for the councilmen and women, to go through whatever proposals you want to have. So I'll start over with, Al Casella. Al, why don't you go through yours, and then we can tweak it. Frederick's here, right? Okay. And state the line item.
Yep.
And the subject, the topic.
Sure. Frederick, let me know when you're ready. Okay, first line item is 1010-202A. It's town and storing materials. We're going to take it down by $750.
202A.
202A.
How much was that now?
It's going down by, it was 1,000. It's going to go down to 250, so we're
Okay,
taking out
okay.
750. Next one is 1010-405A, town board contingency. We're going to take it down by 2,500. Next budget is 1110-106A. It's the armed court officer.
Okay, that's the one we talked about.
It's the one we talked about. We're going to increase that by 1610.
1620, right?
1610. I was
36,
off.
260 is the
Yeah.
final, right?
Yep, there's a little difference between what Frederick and I had, so 1610 is what he had.
So as a .106 line,
Yes, sir.
question I had on this was, it's a personnel line, but is it being paid to multiple people?
So,
Correct.
the budget is for 28 hours cumulative, the budget is for 28 weeks.
At 4 hours.
There is a breakdown. So it's, they need 28 hours for 40, is it 40? Or 46, for 35 weeks. So 28 hours cumulative for 35 weeks, and then 14 hours cumulative for 4 weeks. Times
Based on $35 per hour?
Yes.
Yes.
And it all comes out of 106?
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
all right, thank you.
So that is 36,260?
36,260,
That's right. That's the correct
36,
number.
260, yes.
okay.
So what's the difference, again, between court attendant 1 and armed officer?
Court attendant's unarmed, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So the court attendant, we're not
We're not going to
changing.
touch it. That's
Okay.
correct.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Again, these are only changes that we're making, so if whatever's in the budget before, it's going to stay as is. Next one is 1110-408A. It's office supplies. And we're going to take that down by 1,500, so it's currently at 5,500. We're going to take it down to 4,000.
Okay.
Justice training, line 1110-411A. It's currently at 7,500. We're going to take it down to 6,500, so we're going to take 1,000 out.
Did you talk with Chris on that? Training? 'Cause,
We did not talk to them.
I think,
I think that's based on historical, correct?
That's based on historical.
So again, it's just an appropriation. If
yeah, I know.
If we
I
need
know.
more money, we can always move it.
the Association of Towns will be back, obviously, in February,
Right.
we know that, right? There's CLE, as you know, Supervisor, there's CLEs.
Yep.
If they need more funding, I have no problem moving it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next line is a little bit out of order here. I apologize. 1010.101A. We're going to add 14,000.
Okay,
Everybody all right with that one?
okay, yeah.
Yes, no objection.
Okay. Next one is 2020.404A. It's telephone. Currently, we're running at $660 per year. We've got 1,200 in the budget. We're going to take it down by 500 and make it 700.
So what's that line again?
It's 2020.404A.
Oh,
Right.
okay, okay.
No objection.
This one here, go ahead. You guys okay?
No objection.
Okay. Next one is 1330.100A. We're going to bring that one back to 67,280 as requested.
That's 100A, correct?
Yes.
That's 100A, that's correct.
No objection.
Next one is 1355.100A. It's for the assessor, and that's going to be at same as the budget, so no change, 49,101. Next couple here. So the next one is going to be the 1410.100A. We did advertise this as the person is an elected official. This is the
Yes,
town clerk,
that's advertised, all right.
and that's at 66,697.
Okay, and that's what we had.
Yep,
passed at the
which we
previous
previously
board meeting.
voted on.
That's
Yep.
correct. Next one is 1420.400A. We're going to reduce that one from 105 to 100,000. That'll match the same budget as 2021.
So we are taking out 5,000?
Taking out 5,000, that's correct.
Okay,
What was
I
that
have no
line
problem
again?
with that.
Sorry.
What was that one?
It
It's
was
1420.400A.
Right.
The next one is going to be 1440.400A. That's currently booked at 105. In 2021, it
This
was,
is the engineer line?
this is the engineer one, that's correct. It was booked at 70K last year. We're going to continue that, so we're going to reduce it by 35K, Frederick.
And as we discussed, if we go back with all the projects, then we always can
That's correct. We can always move money.
okay.
1680.401A, that's OCIS. Currently in the budget, it's 28. We're going to make it 29. We found out we're going to have to pay an extra $1,000 on that, so that's going to be an increase of 1,000.
So, hang on for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
1680.401A.
401A.
I don't know, what is the line titled? OCIS? It should be Dutchess County Real Property, right? That's confusing.
Yeah, I mean, we can change it, but it's actually a chargeback.
Election, correction. What is the proper terminology?
This is the.
Tax rate chargeback?
This is for the tax assessment.
Right, I know what it is, but what can we,
This
every,
is for tax cert settlements?
no, this is
No.
the,
No,
this
no,
is
no,
the
no.
administrative fee we pay to Dutchess County Real
Oh.
Property, which
For administering our tax rolls.
Yeah.
to administer our tax rolls. This is why we always would figure out our tax rate, and then the tax bill would show up with 2 cents more.
Right.
Now we pay in advance so that we don't have that happen.
You
But
just need a better title.
the reason why I'm bringing this up is it's always confusing.
Are these
when you-
mandated line items, titles?
No, only the coding is, but we can title it whatever. It's in the
Oh.
right, it's coded
Well, I think
right.
it makes
Actually,
more
it
sense.
should be coded by the chart of accounts.
Right, yeah, it's coded properly, but the point is,
We don't
all
know.
I'm trying to say is when I'm trying to find this in the budget, I can never find it because it's labeled as OCIS. I always think it's the website. Right, so what would be more appropriate?
Put-
I like the
Put
county
parentheses, put
chargeback.
parentheses, Dutchess County Real Property,
Yeah, you can do that too.
Rebate.
just as an
Or
explanatory
refund.
Dutchess
note.
County chargeback?
Chargeback, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
in parentheses.
just so that when I search an Excel spreadsheet and I type a keyword in, right?
You can find
Like
it easy.
chargeback,
Okay, so I've changed it to DC chargeback.
there you go. All that discussion for that. You know what I'm saying? though.
Right, right.
Okay, so that's good. I agree with that change.
Okay, next one is 5010.100A. That's for the highway superintendent. Again, this was agreed to, this was published.
Yep.
It's now 92,027, so Frederick, I think you have this. It's an 8,366 increase.
Yep.
Next budget line item is 6510.401A, Veterans Advisory Group. Currently, there's 10 in there. We're going to make it 5. What we need to do is get a contract, a formal approval, and we can always move future money at a later time.
Yeah, I think 5,000 as a placeholder is appropriate in this case, so that we can properly promulgate the agreement.
I agree. Okay, now we start getting into the 7,000. So 7,110.401A, this is for Robinson Lane.
So would that now be a B?
That will be.
Well, I think we should just.
Let's just keep it
first
as
in
A
the-
right
in
now, and
A,
he can-
And then when you're done, then we go.
All right.
I already laid the.
Do it in A first, then we'll come back to
Yep,
Dick's.
that's fine.
Dick can actually talk, this is yours, right?
Yeah, Frederick and mine.
Yeah, so once you're done doing yours, we can go to this.
We're going to add
So
one.
just back to the issue, 1680.4
Yep.
is the chart of accounts listed as central data processing contract expenditure. So that's what the chart of accounts.
Well, that makes it even more confusing.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I like the
a
charge
dot
rate.
four
I
though,
like
right?
the chart, yeah.
But that's what it is.
Okay, we've simplified it.
Yes.
Duchess.
That-
Okay, go
So
ahead.
going back to 7110 401A Robinson Lane, we added 1,000.
Could you repeat the line again?
So if it was 3, it should be 4.
It's 7110
Dot 401A.
401A.
Yeah, it should be 4.
Oh, 4,000?
Correct.
Yes.
So we're adding 1,000?
Correct.
Next one is 7110.402A, which is Castle Point. Currently, it's in at 1,000. We're going to make it 3,000, so it's an additional 2,000.
Okay.
Next one is 7110.423A, which is Pie Lane Recreation. Currently in at 3,000. We want to make it 5,000, so we're adding 2,000.
Can we just visit one line that was between there?
Sure, go ahead.
I just have a question. 7110-406A, Carnwath has 10,000 in it right now. Is there a specific reason why that has 10,000 in it?
I think just was historical.
Can we,
Can we make it 5?
18,000 actual.
Because Steve, didn't you have expenses, right, related to Carnwath?
Well,
As I
we've
recall.
got a lot of liability down there, and there is a lot of work that needs to be done. That's why I put the money in there. It was 25,000 at one point. It's been cut back through the years.
that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Let's make it-
Yeah, we're going to leave it at 10. No
That's-
change.
It's an appropriation. He's going to come to us for any expenses down there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's some security issues that need to be addressed.
No, I
There can be some
understand
cameras
that,
and
but
Some other work that'll be done there, too, as
please
well.
make sure you come to the board, Steve, regarding this. Thank you.
Next line item is 7110.455A. It's Bleacher Repairs. They're roughly about $500 a piece, I think we can get them for. Bleacher Repairs?
Yes.
So we're going to add another $500 to that. So we're going to make it 2,000.
They're actually about 15 per,
1,500 for benches?
to convert to a room.
Did we
Per bench?
take care of the Castle Point ones already? Because there's, what, 3 down there, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 of them.
That were bad. I mean, we need
Right,
to,
they're,
Might
they're,
as well make it 3 this way. You
I
know,
thought you did,
6.
I thought you repaired those.
No, I did airport and, Oxford.
So how much were they?
To do one bench is about 1,500. What I've
Castle
been
Point,
doing,
we need to,
they've got a new rule now. If you're over 3 tiers, it has to be caged. So what I've been doing is buying longer benches at 3 tiers instead of going higher, so we can seat more people for less money, and, by avoiding the cages around them, the safety cages.
So-
So any objections to going from, instead of 1,500, go to 3,000 so you can buy 2?
No objection.
Because that's what we had thought, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
because the ones in Castle Point really need to be repaired.
yes,
Quickly.
replaced,
Yeah.
not repaired.
I'm sorry, yes, replaced. ASAP.
Frederick, did you get that? 3K?
Could you repeat the
It's 7110-402A.
No, 455A.
455A.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to
Down,
3,000.
down, yeah, down. 7110-455A.
So it's going from 1,500 to?
To 3,000.
3,000.
3,000. We're going to double
Add
so we can get 2 benches.
1,500. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You all set, Frederick?
Yes.
Okay, next one is 7140.403A. This is something Angela's looking to do. It's camera supplies, so we're going to add 1,000. There's nothing in there today
Security.
for security.
Well,
In the-
actually,
in the
we'll
parks
adjust
and
it
stuff.
more.
Yeah, we will.
These
Yeah.
cameras here are out of date, they're terrible.
In here.
So,
Yeah,
but we'll come back to that.
I'm just thinking of
Yeah,
the ones at
I
the
agree,
park
yeah.
and all our parks,
We'll-
actually.
We'll have to come back to that, but we'll discuss that more. Okay.
Okay, next one is 7620.100A. we're going to take that down slightly to 21,476. That will also apply to 7310.100B, same thing. So 21,476, it's paid out of two separate line items, two separate fund balances.
So I made the change in the A, I'm going to make the change
Okay.
in the B. So I'm going to reduce it by 1,024, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, done. All right, we are good to go.
Go ahead.
I'll see it's yours.
Oh, thank you.
You set, Frederick?
Yes, we are done.
Okay, next one is 7620.407A. It's called Senior Miscellaneous. Today is $1,000, and that we want to make it $5. That'll cover any kind of overruns we may have for Christmas parties, et cetera. And again, if there's any other activities we can do for seniors, we certainly like to do
So
that.
which
We
line
can-
again you talking
7620.407A.
407.
about? Yeah, that's fine with me, but I also think that we need to add some, another 500 or so for Christmas party, right? You got some new numbers, right?
So, when you're saying, what was the change?
There's miscellaneous, there's
We
478.
added
5,000.
4,000 to the miscellaneous.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because based on what you said about unable to get
So should
previous
we-
venues,
Venue, right.
Yeah,
We have
I'd
to
say
book.
4,500 for Christmas party.
yeah,
So
so,
you want to make,
I thought when you said five,
no, we're going up 4,000 on that line.
Bill, would you have a problem with 4,500?
For
That's
the
what we're going
Christmas
to.
party line.
No, I don't have a problem with
Christmas
that.
party line, so 7620.408A, Christmas party is going to go from 4,000 to 4,500.
Right.
I don't have an issue with that.
Nope, it's fine.
Could you repeat the 7624.8?
7620.470, 407A.
407.
Right.
Go-
No, it's, no,
We're
it's,
adding 4,500.
what?
So the 407 is increasing by 4,000. What about the 408?
By 500.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
got it.
So again, to be clear, 762407A is going up by 4,000, and 762408A is going up by $500.
Right.
Okay. This next one is going to be sponsored by Mr. Phillips, Councilman Phillips, 762419A. Mr. Phillips?
What one, I'm sorry,
It's a brand-new line we're going to create.
oh.
So 7620.419A is the new line we're going to create.
The new line is Garden Club, and we're adding $3,000 for that?
So I think one of the things we do, and Councilman Beal had a great idea, is appointing Grace and Nancy to be chairs of that particular club, and they'll report to us every 6 months on the progress they're making. I don't know, Bill, if you want to make any other changes on that?
So, as Grace mentioned before, we had a productive discussion about planting flowers after the Veterans Day service. So we're appropriating funding in the budget for the purposes of the Garden Club. And then at the reorg, if the board wishes, we can adopt a resolution that appoints those two individuals as being the Garden Club representatives, so that they have a little more ability to get the flowers planted.
Quick question. Is that applying only to town hall, or if they're interested in projects at other
No,
facilities?
town hall.
That would be town hall. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather, we can always explore additional locations after
Exactly.
the fact, but they have a lot of solid ideas that they want to get moving, and we want to make sure that we're enabling that in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. Now we move to the B Fund, Frederick.
Yes.
So 3410.204B, this is something that Barbara requested. It's part of fire prevention equipment. So there's zero in there today. We want to add 450 per Barbara's request.
Okay.
And I think you have that one already as part of your sheet. Next one is 3620.203B. Again, another request from Barbara. It's building department clothing. It's currently in at 900. We want to make it 1350, so another 450.
Okay.
And then I only have one other line item to go. It's 8015.413B. And that's for zoning department clothing. Barbara wanted to increase that from 300 to 450. So I think you have that one as well, Frederick. And those are the changes that,
So
Okay.
8015
I have.
dot,
so no,
413, okay. Yes, I got that. Increasing by 150.
I don't know.
What?
I guess there is a question too on 8020.101B. What are we doing with that one? I don't know, if Angela, you want to speak to that one?
The planning board salary, I'd like to keep that at 9K.
At 9,000?
Yes. We can address it.
So we are going to reduce it by 2,550. Okay, done.
Thank you.
Are we looking at anything regarding recycle yard fees? Joe had put out this.
Do we need to
That's
make a
right.
Oh, yes, I don't know if you need a resolution. I know that you've, so basically what he's done is he's eliminated the single and double axle trailers, which I think is a good idea. And what he has done is and also the Freon permit, which were charged in 2021. And what he's going to do is we're going to do the annual pass for under 60, single pass, and annual pass 60 or over. We're going to increase those slightly, so there's no impact from a budget perspective, 21 to 22.
So we just make a motion to accept the raise? Or do,
Yeah, and then we can put it into the, Frederick will input it.
Does he have a copy?
okay,
Yeah, just,
start selling tomorrow.
we accept this and make the appropriate changes,
Changes.
to the fees.
You want that, right?
So,
So
I would say right now, we have a motion to put this in.
I'll make that motion to put the
Because
change.
Change the recycle, or do we? With Jim, should we have a motion to change recycle yard fees since that's different per se than a pure budgetary line item? I mean, it goes into the budget, but,
Yeah, I mean,
Just
okay,
accept it.
then just accept it and then the fee schedule and then approve the overall budget with the amended fee schedule.
Whatever we're,
Frederick needs this,
I
right?
mean, to the
Frederick.
extent you could just make a motion off the dais to say,
I make a motion, we accept this.
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I was heading.
Second.
Thank you.
Just a point of order, though, I think we need to make a motion to accept the changes that were proposed from the dais to the budget
Right.
first, correct?
Yep.
So.
So I'll make that motion since I was the one who initiated.
Do we have
the-
any others?
Any other changes we want
Yeah,
to make?
but let's just do those first. I have a couple I just want to
Okay.
deliberate real fast
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So
Uh,
based,
So
based
you
on,
can delay the resolution regarding the recycle center fees till the last,
Okay,
Okay.
till
okay,
after the budget is
Right.
adopted.
okay.
so I make a motion to accept the changes that I announced and the town board agreed to.
Excuse me.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, motion second, all in favor to
Aye.
accept those changes?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passes.
Frederick.
Just a couple of things on my end here, if I may.
Sure.
Before we get to,
Thank you. Mike.
before we get to the proposal that the supervisor had here, which I think we're going to have to touch on that. I think,
this one yourself?
That's okay.
I think we got to look at 3410.101B. Previously was for part-time inspectors, part-time fire inspectors,
3410,
.101B.
okay,
We previously funded it, but we were unable to hire.
right.
And I know as COVID comes to an end here and we have more public assembly spaces, I know that Howard is working double time trying to do 1203s. If we can at least fund the part-time inspector line again, so that if we are in a position to hire a part-time fire inspector to assist, I think it would be helpful. And I would propose that we put a proposed $20,000 in there for part-time inspectors. Again, we may not be able to get anyone, but if at least we appropriate the funding, we have the ability to bring somebody on board. COVID is winding down. We have a lot of catching up to do here, And I think that having a part-time fire inspector to assist our current part-time fire inspector would be a helpful approach. That's my proposal for 3410.101B. I don't see any major impact with that.
I agree with that.
I'm fine with
I've
that.
got no problem with
No
that.
issues.
Okay. Another one I just want to codify here for the record. The supervisor included funding for disaster preparedness again, which is $2,500. It is our intent, and it was our intent pre-COVID, to amend and revise the town's
Right.
emergency plan. Clearly, we had an emergency. We couldn't revise the emergency plan. But I appreciate that, and by the way, I think we handled it pretty well. The $2,500 will stay, I agree with that. But under public health, I want to go back to public health, A fund. I want to bring everybody to A fund. I believe it's 4010. Just give me 1 second to find it.
Yeah, it's 4010.100.
All right, so under public health, we have exercised authority and discretion here on having an individual be at the entranceway all through the ups and downs of COVID, okay? I think we need to continue to fund that position at $17,000 under 4010.100A, public health. This is, I would argue this is a reimbursement eligible COVID expense. 17,000 I think is a good investment to maintain this level of oversight in the foyer. So that's another recommendation I'm making.
No, thank you.
So-
Go ahead.
So does it mean that we remove it from A 1430.101?
I believe it would be more appropriately,
Or we leave the A 1430.101 the way it is, 17,290?
You just change the
I
title.
would move the 17,290
Okay,
into the public health accounting code so
Okay.
that we can better account for it for the purposes of COVID reimbursement.
okay then.
Okay, so 17,290.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever your calculation was previously.
Yeah, it was 17,290.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
take it out of wherever it was previously, which was an A fund expense anyway, right?
Right.
Yes,
And you're just gonna code it as a public health expense, because I believe that is a critical public health
Right, going forward.
position. That's our first line of defense as people enter the building, and it played a key role through this pandemic.
So it wasn't 1430.101A, so you can take it out and move it to where.
You just moved to
what was it?
4010.100A, because it was being billed to that line anyway.
Right,
right.
So that's more appropriate under the circumstances.
right, agreed.
Next year,
We'll see.
hopefully when the pandemic's over, we can reevaluate
Mhm.
the need. And hopefully we'll be getting some nice checks from FEMA, hopefully.
That will cover this,
But they
too.
may take 5 years to get them, right, Frederick?
Well, hopefully it'll cover this.
Well, I believe this is a reimbursable
And we have
Exactly.
expense.
other reimbursable expenses we've already put
Exactly.
in for, so.
So, not to mention, we also have the other disaster, the remnants of Hurricane Ida, which we have eligible expenses for that too. So we're making sure that we code our expenses properly so that we can get reimbursement when possible. So I'll move that we accept those two recommendations that I just got consensus on.
I'll second it.
Yeah, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed, thank you.
I just have one question on the line that we have for our town patrol. We've got budgeted right now.
Which line is that?
It
I'm
would
sorry.
be
It's already done.
3120 400B. We've got budgeted 252,000 for the Dutchess County Sheriff
Right.
Patrol. We had talked about a third unit, and yes, it depends on your contract negotiator and
Right.
all that. Is that enough funding for a third patrol?
No, that's not.
Well, what's the year-to-date though?
94,000.
Right, yeah, so
Right.
it's been a challenge filling the shifts this year because the sheriffs have been detailed
Right.
out on all these COVID vaccine sites.
Correct.
So it's been a
I
challenge.
understand that, but we know if we budget for it, at least we have the the means to
Right.
get there. That's
Right,
my
but
question.
we have $230,000 right
Right.
now, correct me if I'm wrong, budgeted for
That's right.
town
Right.
patrol, right?
Yeah.
I believe, based on the circumstances right now, that should be sufficient, okay? If we're gonna move to a third unit, where
Right.
we're gonna actually buy a vehicle,
Yeah.
right? That would be a capital expense that we can bond.
Right.
And if we need to move money in for additional personnel costs, we can do that at a later time. I don't think we need to change the budget. I think we've made our position clear here multiple times from the dais. We're not defunding the police. We've
Right.
added
No,
more money
exactly.
to our
That's right.
police line.
Exactly.
For the purposes of providing for quality of life
Right.
patrols, right?
Yeah.
The problem and the challenge is, and we ran into this with Community Day, there's only so many deputies out there.
Right.
And when they're working COVID test sites and COVID vaccine sites, and they're working all these other details, sometimes you physically just can't spend the money
That's right.
because we don't have enough. And in those cases, I gotta say, we've had the state police supplement, right? And we've had the post car that's already paid for with county money come to our events. So it's worked out either way, but I do appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
as long
Yeah.
as
But
you
we
feel that.
could, we could change
Well,
it.
I think, you know, I'm still
And
waiting
if we
for
could
Sergeant
change it in the
Stewart to get
in the
back with
future.
numbers.
We need to add money.
We can
That's a lot of
probably
money.
address it.
Even
We
if
have a lot
we're
of money in
close,
that
we
line.
can
We
use.
could, we
Yeah,
could
we're-
address
we're-
that.
I
as
mean,
an add-on.
we can
address it.
always transfer a fund balance over next
Exactly.
year if we need to. Again, I
Right.
agree, if we can, you know, find somebody and put
Right.
another,
But thanks for
Sure, that's
raising it,
fine.
because
Thank you.
it is
It's important.
Yeah, no, I think we are taking the right approach here, and we've gotten great cooperation from all of our law enforcement partners, including the village.
Yep.
Now, Supervisor, did you want to bring up your proposed departmental expenditure transfer, A fund, B fund transfers?
Sure. Yeah, first of all, on B fund, we had some clothing and allowances that we need to make, you know, based on our contract negotiations with the union. So one of them, I have it on the list, so it would be increasing B.3410.204, which is fire inspector clothing, to $450.
yeah, so we actually just did those.
Oh, did you?
I
Okay.
did
Yeah.
those.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did those? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I know you did the A fund for
He
armed
did the Bs
court
too.
and
Yeah,
all
so,
that, right?
He
so
did
every
the
one of the
Bs
ones
too.
that you have on here,
Okay,
this
so
B
which-
fund section I've done already.
So which ones?
And we did all the ones
did
in
all of them.
A fund as well.
And the proposed department expenditures, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Did we do the celebrations one?
No, so, hold on.
Yeah.
Just correction. So where you
Yeah.
have proposed departmental expenditure transfers,
Right, we haven't
you have not done that
No,
yet?
we've only
Yeah.
done
No.
the
You
B
just
fund.
approved the amount, but what I'm doing here is to say transfer from A fund to B fund.
Yeah.
So we've only done the B fund and the A fund.
And
actually
the
know-
first two items.
That's correct. And
Okay,
then now we're
you're
gonna do the-
confusing me, yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Okay, so, okay, the first two are done.
Yes.
I just didn't
Right.
remember the clothing allowance, that's all, what we're looking at. So the next item would be proposed department expenditure transfers. So we'll be moving some monies from A fund to B fund, right?
Correct.
Right.
Got it? Okay. So the first one is transfer A fund 7020 to B 7020. That's, you know, the rec admin of 60,385.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. The next item is transfer, this is, you know, from Steve's area, this is A 7110 to B 7110. That's, you know, an amount of 597,058.
Yep.
Okay? 597,058. Then, you know, we're transferring from A Fund 7140 to B Fund 7140. This is for playground, and that's an amount of 30,700,
Correct.
right? Okay, got that. So the next one would transfer from A Fund line 7145 to B Fund 7145.
I thought.
Oh, no, this one we're keeping.
We're
So
keeping
that one
one.
stays.
You know, the next two, you know.
No, that-
the
that
next-
one-
Next one and the last one, we're
Yeah,
keeping.
yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's right.
my
So
notes were
7145
not
remains intact,
yeah.
and 7620 remains
clear. Remains
intact.
Right.
intact. So the one that we're transferring is 7550 from A Fund to 7550 B Fund celebrations,
Correct.
39,500.
That's
Right.
correct.
39,500,
Yep.
okay,
That's right.
right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So then the other thing, and Frederick, correct me if I'm wrong, but we want to change some appropriations that were in my tentative and preliminary to now what I hope will be the final, you know, budget, right, which we'll vote on shortly, I hope. That would be increasing the B fund line of 1120, sales tax revenue, by 837,901 plus $1,050 to a total of $838,951. Is that
Yeah.
correct, Frederick?
So I would like to make a change because of
Okay.
the adjustments that
Right.
we
Okay,
just
based
made.
on the adjustments we
Yes.
just made?
Right.
So
Okay, good.
instead of 838,951, we are going to increase sales tax by 752,619,000. 752,619.
752,690?
19,
619,
Thank you.
752,619.
okay. And so the 837 and the 1,050 is replaced by 752,619.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
thank you.
Yep.
Okay. And how about, the A fund appropriated balance, wanted to reduce that, is that
Yeah, so
changed
we're going
now
to-
some?
So we are going to reduce now that by the same amount.
Okay.
Instead of 838, it's going to be 752,619.
752,
690.
619. So
Yes.
again, based on the other
On the-
line
on these
changes,
other
this is
adjustments.
what we're doing. It comes out to that. Okay, why don't you go through the last ones based on the changes we just made?
All right.
Frederick, the A fund appropriated balance,
Right. So we are going to increase the A fund appropriated balance by 232,039.
okay. So that stays the same from my
Yep, yep.
original numbers. Okay,
And so the last change that we need to make is reduce mortgage tax. So currently, we are at 500,000, and we need to reduce it by 17,962.
17,962 is the reduction amount.
Yes.
Okay,
So if you just give me a minute, I put that change.
okay, put those in there.
So the ultimate goal is to get the tax rate for the town down to $1.84 and the village
That-
down to 74
Yeah, that's
cents,
been my recommendation,
Mhm.
so hopefully that's what.
which is
always-
less than what it was last year. the
Yeah,
rates.
well, our tentative budget, based on other assumptions, was $1.89 for townwide. Then we were actually 186 this year and last year. We
Correct.
held it flat. So I wanted to try to reduce it, and the board is in full agreement to try to reduce it a little bit, this year, both for the townwide and the village-wide.
Yep,
You know,
that's
So my goal was 184, which would be a reduction of a couple cents, off of the tax, levy rate.
Rate,
And then the village rate was to bring it down to 74 off of what, 77, I think it was?
76.
76 is what it was, so again, 2 cents.
So the tax
Frederick,
rates
what
go
does
down.
it come out to based on what you have?
So I'd like to make another adjustment.
Okay.
So the total A fund appropriated balance is going to reduce from the original 490,020, and we are going to reduce mortgage tax from 500,000 by 17,692 to 482,308.
482 for A fund,
Yes, that is line A3005.
okay. So with that, do
so
you
with
have the
that-
tax rate calculated?
So with that, it brings our tax rate down by 2 cents from 186 to 184.
That's exactly what I
And-
wanted.
Okay,
Mhm.
The village rate is going to come down from 76 to 73.
73.
73.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yep.
Thank you.
okay,
Do
thank
you
you.
want to make a motion to accept the changes you made?
Yeah, do
Do we
we,
have to do,
We'll make,
or just reflected in the overall budget, I think.
Okay.
what I would say is Dick should make a motion to, or one of us make a motion to accept the changes that the supervisor has presented.
Why don't one of you guys make it?
I'll move it.
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed.
So all the changes to the budget now should be approved, right? So now, we're going to adopt this budget.
That's right.
right?
I'm confident that we're adopting a good budget.
So am I.
Very good budget.
So whoever wants to take the honor to move that.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the budget that shows the tax rate for the town at $1.84 and the village at .73.
Second that
Second.
motion.
Okay, motion and second, thank you. Now, all in favor?
Aye.
And any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed, so thank you for your hard work and getting it down to these goals and objectives.
Now I think we should make a motion to adopt the
Yes.
recycle center fees. So we have fee adjustments to the recycle center based on an analysis done by the town clerk, which simplifies the process, correct, Joe?
Yes, trailers are free, are included in the annual permit for the seniors and for people under 60. The Freon is also included in the annual permit for the seniors and the under 60. And the under 60 rate is $65. The single-use pass is $25, and the seniors are $45. And
All right.
that's- Everything else is included, the garbage tickets, the trailer.
Garbage is included, yeah.
Joe,
This is,
thank you for your hard work on
During
this.
the COVID years, so-
yeah, this is a good work by
Very good work.
your staff and you. And Mike Sheehan. This is going to be effective January 1st, correct?
Well,
We
next
could
month
do
they
it.
go on sale,
Tickets start next month.
All right. So we can get the,
But they're effective January 1st.
we can get the
Yeah.
website updated with this
Right.
info and maybe push out some information to folks so they know that this is.
Yeah,
easier.
I do want to add, we're still looking at how to reduce some costs, so we'll come back on that, because we do need to, since Royals rates keep going up, Mike has been taking some of the recoverables out himself, that go back into the budget, whereas before Royal would do it, but we got no money from it. So
I know we're
that's a
trying.
goal that we still have, is to
Right,
reduce the cost.
Frederick just gave me the data for the entire year
Right.
of all the pickups, the hauling charges, and all any fees. So I'll come up with an analysis the
Okay.
next
Perfect.
month or
Then
so.
we'll discuss that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. So Jim, now we go to, do we need to do anything more from the point of view of other administrative state compliance?
No, the budget resolution, I believe, so technically what now happens is the town clerk certifies the budget, makes a number of copies, provides it to the town supervisor for his signature, and then it's sent up to the county, together with the fire district budgets, so that it can get, technically it gets levied on the tax bills by the county legislature. So,
Do we need a resolution on O&M charges for the,
that's included.
that's
I believe,
included in it, or
No,
not?
that's the next resolution.
That's the
Oh, the
next
next
resolution.
138.
Right.
Okay.
So what we approved tonight was Resolution 149, which is the resolution adopting the annual budget, so that's done. So what we have to do now is go back to 138,
38,
which is the O&M.
right. That's what I asked, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so, so the O&M is based on what Mike Tremper has charged. We're still looking at exactly how to handle credits or future application based on the water, and the sewer issue.
Right, I mean,
Right.
the O&M.
So we'll
the
address
O&M
that.
The O&M that's listed here is a budget appropriation,
Right,
it's not a fee structure.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
the town board's gonna come back.
So
and look-
basically what it is
look at
this
it.
is how much money we need, right, for both the capital budget and the O&M charges, and now what we have to figure out is what rates are we going,
Right.
what rates are we going to use? Okay.
and we're going to do that, we're committed to.
We're committed to
residents
do that, that's right.
Okay. So do I have a motion on Resolution 2021-138? This is a resolution adopting capital budgets, O&M charges, and water sewer rates and rents for special districts and special improvement areas for fiscal
Well, do we
20.
want to hold off the piece where we talk about the water and sewer rates, because we haven't really.
Yeah, well,
Right, so it's
how's it
really-
worded, Jim, as
Well,
far
this
as
would
the,
just continue the same rates.
That we're
we
doing
can come
now?
back and
Until they
revisit.
adjust the.
but we
fees.
will come back and
Right.
adjust.
Okay. I just want residents to be aware that we are looking
Yeah.
into it, we're going to go back,
Yeah, we're
we're going to
committed to
adjust
do that.
where
Yeah.
needed. So just because we're approving this tonight doesn't mean it's final.
Basically capturing.
Dollars
the
are.
O&M charges.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a
Move it.
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
okay, a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. Thank you. And the next one is resolution authorizing transfer of funds. Frederick, you want to mention it, and particularly I know Steve and Jessica had some, but Frederick will mention this.
Yeah, so this resolution is about transferring money to lines that we feel that we need to transfer in order to pay the bills. The town board routinely does this. We have to come before the town board and request for additional funding to certain lines that have not been adequately funded. And so the bills are on hold right now. We just need to have the town board approve this resolution so that tomorrow we can pay the bills. The main one here is the health or medical insurance.
These are the ones that are itemized, right, in the
Yes.
resolution
We have
itself.
them. There's also DC chargeback. In 2021, we did budget for it. So we have the bill 29,000, although we have done it now in 2022, the same amount. So this is, if the town board can approve this, we'll be happy to send the checks out tomorrow.
This is for the chargeback, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is for the bill, they normally send a letter to us with the amount of, so if we pay this.
Oh, this
29,
chargeback,
then
okay.
yeah, this is
they
the
will change the rates for
All
us.
right, I move-
CIS stuff.
I move we pay this.
Yes.
Second.
Motion and second to pay the chargeback. That's the Dutchess County chargeback. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion pass. Okay, now, the resolution authorizing the transfer of funds. Frederick, is this, whole list?
So this is the list that is, that we, up to date current, but of course we're going to have another meeting on the 13th. So we look at the bills coming in, should we need more money, then we want to present to you additional requests. The good thing is that because of this new budgeting structure that Jim has advised us on, things that are coming up like the retirement, now we're able to apportion more appropriately. not just
So do we
waiting
know if the 93,000 as an example you're transferring, how much of that is equipment versus clay versus HVAC? Because
So this
we
is-
did approve way back
Right, we did.
with some of the issues over Robinson Lane, and we approved $100,000 worth of
Yeah.
funding for that to try to get them back to normal. So I'm just trying to figure out,
So,
of this 93K, how much
so none
is
of
towards
this,
that?
none of this was included in that approval. So this 93 is actually bills for 2 months, for the month of November and December. It's approximately 46,000
I'm sorry,
a
can you,
month
I missed what you were saying, can you speak?
2 months, 46,000 a
for
month
the health
for
insurance.
clay.
Wait a second.
That
Oh,
seems
I'm
like a lot
sorry.
of money for clay for 46,000. I
Oh,
thought the
for-
total
for-
bill was.
He's talking about
That
the
is
equipment,
Steve's-
Steve.
That is Steve's line.
I'm confused now. What?
Wasn't a lot of that equipment to replace the unit?
I haven't been, I couldn't hear what he was saying, so I'm not sure where we are.
What I was saying is that in the budget authorization request
I
that
think
I
a lot of
put
it was
before the
against
town,
all
What line are we talking about?
A 0917 to line 9060.800A.
That's a lot,
6,400.
because it says equipment.
For clay.
Clay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was approved 2 meetings ago, right?
That's what we thought.
Yeah.
Well,
clay was
How much
approved.
is the HVAC unit that you're replacing?
I think it's just under 30,000.
Okay,
That's 2 units.
all right, so what we're trying to figure out is what is the breakout of the 93?
Right.
So 30 of it's certainly HVAC, so there's no way clay is
No.
another
Clay
$60,000.
is 9.
Yeah, I didn't think clay was very expensive.
Yeah, it's 3,000 a load, we got 3 loads.
Yeah. So what's the balance?
That had been approved a couple of.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
We did like 100,000.
Yeah, we did, we approved 100,000 for the fields over there.
Right.
Well, that was, everything.
Yeah,
So what's this
It
line?
looks like there may be something as far as,
Steve, you had several things you needed transfers from, right? There's,
Well,
What's medical special events?
I had talked with Frederick about the internal transfers
Oh, I
on my
think
budget line, but.
that is not accurately, that's not reflect,
Yeah.
yeah, they are all not organized there.
Is that right, hospital?
So,
The,
I
the
believe-
one,
Special events.
Yeah, that is not right. So, is there a way you can project this?
Steve, what do you need? And then I'll ask same thing, Jessica, for transfers tonight to pay for.
See, this is,
well, I had worked with Frederick and did my transfers internally within my own budget. I know I was short on the oil, gas and oil, because of the
Well, it's,
increase.
the one he's got up there is not correct.
Yes, I remember that, you mentioned it.
I think that was about 5,000. I figured 5,000 would get me through the end of the year.
So is this the one that's in the package, because that's not correct?
Yeah,
There's another one that they sent out that's more current,
right.
so you have to look at that when you look at the labels, because that was confusing before.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
correct.
Yeah, in the package.
Yeah, so if that's what's in the package,
That's not correct.
It's for some reason it truncated when it got printed,
That's right.
yeah.
Where is,
How much is it, Justin?
So it says that 93,000 is for hospital and medical. Did you guys
Yeah,
all
I
see
mean,
that?
that's
Right,
what,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, and
That
that
makes
sounds
more
right
sense.
from what it should be,
Okay, so
based
this
on our
is- This is
increases.
the correct one now.
Okay, this is the correct one.
There you go.
Is the 400 for your special event?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one's right, sorry.
No, it's-
Okay, yeah,
This makes more sense now.
that makes sense.
right, because there's the HVAC, and, okay.
What?
Yeah, the disability
this one.
insurance is right.
so, yeah, the only one I had was the clay.
Yes,
Right.
Which was like $9,000, right?
yeah, which is 64,000.
Well, that's 60, I guess it's 6,400, but I had some.
64.
Another one just got delivered, that's why, another load of clay, yeah. So you could,
Yeah, there may be another invoice coming in.
Yep.
Of the same amount, because I think that's 2 loads. and
Correct.
3 loads.
that gets you about 9,000, which is what you thought.
It is in the area.
Yep.
So is the 24,000 for the HVAC maintenance?
That's the HVAC on the other.
See, I wasn't involved in putting this together, I'm not exactly,
Remember the bills that have been on hold?
is that the invoice for the 2
Yes.
new units?
Yeah, that is on hold. up to
So
now.
Frederick is telling me that's the invoice for the 2 new
Okay.
units that are being installed next
It
year.
just, you can't read this. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna look here? With the cheat sheet?
And what about the doors, Steve?
The
Locks.
doors, I have that information here.
Okay, let's,
How much money do we put into that place,
This
right?
is what it looks like, and this is what it is.
I sent you all an
That's what's in the
email
package.
last week about the lock system next
This is the
door.
package right here.
Joe, no more
It's a
red wine
very
for you.
cheap system that was installed during the
This
renovation
is what it's supposed to
and has
say.
been problematic. We're constantly having to repair it, so I did call in a second locksmith to look at it. And they gave us a quote of $9,600 to put a more robust locking system in there.
and Steve met with the brass, you know, to
Right, they
discuss
came
this.
down from Albany, they were upset about what
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, where's it coming out of?
Frederick, where would
Where
this,
would that come
the
out
lock
of?
system come out of, what line? Because I want to approve it if we,
Fund balance?
9,600,
Right.
it's 90 and change, 50 cents or something like that.
Do we have a maintenance line for that building or no?
Yeah, we do.
yes.
ESP
That's probably
maintenance
where it
line,
should go.
Probably a 1620 or
It's
something.
at 450, 1620, 450, I don't know what the balance is.
Okay,
How
let's
much
see.
is left?
Frederick, do you have that, 1620, 450, and we'll see what's left in the maintenance line?
162450, there's still enough because we just moved, was it 44,000 a couple of months ago? So the 450 is good. It is the 453, which is the HVAC maintenance line that we needed money for.
Yeah, so we have,
So the 450 is called miscellaneous, and we have enough money for now. I think we still have about 14,000.
Jim, what's the procurement standard? It's $9,600.
$9,600 is
Below the clip, so you should be fine.
not competitive bidding.
Well, in this case, we have to make sure the quality is good, not a,
We gotta get a quote
Oh,
and go with
exactly.
We gotta make sure we have secure, this is for the emergency services
Service
facility. We have
Right.
lock issues, 9,600. I move that we fund this out of 162450.
I'll second
Second.
it.
A.
Second.
no, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passes. Is that okay, Steve?
That's perfect.
We gotta get it done. It's gotta be secure.
Anything else, Steve?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
It's only $400.
Yours is okay, okay. So is that it, Frederick?
We,
You know-
we, we didn't move that one, do we?
No, we need to move
I'll
it.
move 2021-150.
Second.
Okay, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion passed. Okay.
I got one item.
One item.
The,
We have to get the correspondence.
oh, go, finish the meeting and I got one item.
Yeah, let's do the motion. What is the resolution? I just threw it away.
151.
Okay, so acknowledgement of the correspondence file.
I'll
Move.
move, second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed. Okay, Bill.
All right, so the September, correction, the first responder awards were held in September of this year, and I'm asking if I can be reimbursed for the awards that we gave out, which we normally reimburse for that. The total was $387.89.
Move it.
Second.
Okay, motion second, reimburse Bill for those responder awards costs. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed.
That can come out of town board contingency.
Okay,
Did he hear you?
$387.89.
Do you want to do community?
Doesn't matter. We have to use something out of that line. There was nothing used out of it. It's all A fund anyway, it doesn't matter.
any other new business, old, whatever? Okay, none, let's have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay, motion second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Seeing none, motion passed.
Good work.
Great.
Thank you,
Is there-
everyone.
Is there next?